So you are investigating the incident at the Hotel Orphée?
Yes, Doctor. Your professional opinion on the murders.
Did Inspector Lebrun send you, Mr. Macpherson?
Yes, more or less. I'm here on behalf of Inspector Lebrun.
You are investigating out of personal interest. What, Mr. Macpherson, is your interest in this case?
A friend of the family was worried, and I'm trying to clarify the situation.
A friend? Are you quite sure? The Whites had no friends in Paris. At least, not as far as I know.
Appearances can sometimes be deceptive, Dr. Kaufner. That's why I would like to clarify this situation by gathering as much information as possible.
I am at your disposal, Mr. Macpherson. How can I help you?
What can you tell me about the scene of the crime? The police have released very few details.
The man who committed this murder, and I stress the fact that he is a man, is probably quite overwhelmed at the present time. This crime was committed under the influence of a sudden impulse, without premeditation. His act is now haunting him. He is not himself.
And you think the motive for the murder was theft?
That is what the police say. But does the official version reflect Inspector Lebrun's true opinion? This murder could be the first in a long series of crimes.
Might the murderer regret his actions and turn himself in?
Beyond the conscious, Mr. Macpherson, lies the unconscious. We all too often ignore the monsters that lurk there.
You are implying that the murderer is a victim too, Dr. Kaufner.
We are all victims of the secrets of our soul, Mr. Macpherson. This criminal is no exception. We are all victims of our past. And do you have a suspect, Mr. Macpherson?
If I had a suspect, I would not be here, Dr. Kaufner.
It has been a most pleasant conversation, but unfortunately, I cannot afford you more time, Mr. Macpherson. I hope I have satisfied your curiosity. I am very busy, sir. You should speak to Inspector Lebrun for more detailed information. Great! The private eye returns.
When I read the file, I noticed the name of a certain doctor, Frank Kaufner. What can you tell me about him?
Dr. Kaufner is our expert. Forensic scientist and above all, psychiatrist. The sort of guy who prefers the company of madmen and corpses to the likes of you and me.
You don't seem to be overly fond of Dr. Kaufner. Is there any particular reason for that?
The chief of police himself imposed Dr. Kaufner on us. It's not going to help matters any.
I've read the police report, but I'm sure you can tell me a little more. What are your impressions on the White case?
This case is pretty messy. A foul murder, unclear motive. If Inspector Lebrun needs a hand, he will ask me. For the time being, he is managing on his own like a big boy. That is all I know.
Am I right in thinking Inspector Lebrun is in charge of the investigation on the White case? Would it be possible to meet with him? That way we can compare our information.
He is not seeing anybody, just make a statement.
I've got some information on the Orphée murders. Exceptional information.
Fresh info? You are better informed than us, are you?
Why are you so pig-headed? I've come here to see Inspector Lebrun. It's not up to a desk clerk to decide what will speed up the investigation and what won't, officer.
Have anything concrete? Like a picture of the suspect? No. Well, forget it. Lebrun doesn't want to see you.
Of course, if Inspector Lebrun is surrounded by guardian angels like you, he can't be making much headway with his investigations.
If he's not making headway in his investigation, it's his own fault. Lebrun is bending over backwards trying to find the mysterious visitor the Whites had that evening just before the murder. He's not even cross-checking the statements.
Goodbye.
Yeah, right. Goodbye.
Sir?
The police have a suspect. I saw the inspector's report. What do you know about the man who spent the entire evening by the window?
That is certainly true. He was here on the night of the murder.
And he stayed there alone for the whole evening.
Now let me think. I saw him chatting for a while with Mallet.
Who is this Mallet?
Théo Mallet. Works at the Orphée. He's a lout.
Why is he a lowlife?
He likes to bet. And when you do, you have to pay your gambling debts. It's a vicious circle. Mallet is a bona fide con man.
Did you notice whether Mallet gave any money to this man?
No. It's the man who gave the money to Mallet. I remember, it was cash.
Did you see this man with the Whites?
I have never seen the Whites, under any circumstances. There's no way I would have noticed them with that man.
So these two men may have no connection to the Whites' murder.
Sorry, but this is your investigation, not mine. I can only tell you the facts, nothing more.
Could you give me a description of this mysterious character?
You could draw him? That's really neat. I'll give you a description right now. He was tall, very tall, heavy, black mustache, square-faced, and dreadful eyes. Threatening even. A tough guy.
Until what time did the man stay?
Now let's see if I can remember. He arrived at around 8 p.m., took a seat by the window, and dashed off just before the storm broke, at around 11 p.m.
Did you see what direction he went when he left?
I don't know. You cannot see outside from in here. You'd better check at the Orphée. Petit, the receptionist, will probably know. He was on duty that night.
And do you know where I might find this Mallet?
Mallet hangs out at the Alambic, a bistro in the 14th district. That is where he gambles away his wages.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You again! Sir, I have nothing more to say to you.
That's a rather large suitcase. Big enough to slip into. Front desk clerk will not like to see me going upstairs alone. Must find a ruse or persuade him to come up with me.
Again. Sir, I have nothing more to say to you.
Hey, cutie. We've not seen you in ages.
Berenice, what a surprise. Look, I'm in a bit of a hurry. Do you know a certain Théo Mallet?
No. But surely the owner does. You're lucky he's in right now. Your gnome knows everyone you know.
You're as charming as ever. Thank you, Berenice.
Call me baby like everybody else. Right, I've got to run too, cutie. You know, work. See you soon, okay?
Yes, anyway, you know my address. Come up and see me sometime. Ciao.
Ciao!
Come on, let's see that hot hand of yours.
Queen and her 3 sisters.
Oh no, are you doing it on purpose or what? 3 of a kind. You beat my 3 aces. Right, I've had it. I'm off.
Hulot, You're not going now, are you? Not when I was about to relieve you of your car?
Don't start, Mallet. Do not think that you can get away with things just because you have settled your bar tab. Why, it is Macpherson. Hey, Macpherson, come over here.
Macpherson? Who is that?
Another American in Paris who is broke. Let me introduce you. Macpherson, let me introduce Theo Mallet.
Hi.
Right, I will leave you two. I have work to do.
Hi.
I get the feeling I've seen you before somewhere. Have you ever been to New York? Oh, no, Mac. I'm so absent-minded sometimes. The jacket. The Orphée. You're a doorman at the Orphée.
If you are interested in the suit, I will give you a good deal. As far as I'm concerned, it is ancient history.
You didn't like your job anymore. Yet the Orphée is a prestigious hotel.
You are very nosy. Do you want my old job or something?
Maybe the hotel did not pay you enough. Or maybe you found other sources of income.
I'm the sole heir of some old fart or other. I'm taking the first train back to Brittany.
Oh, I see. You've earned enough to be able to afford a nice retirement, pay off all your debts to the waiter at the Nantes, and make yourself scarce.
Now wait, who are you? Do you work for the cops or what? I have done nothing wrong.
I may be a friend of Hulot, but I'm also a private detective, in my spare time.
Oh goody, a private eye all to myself. And who might you be working for?
I'm not here to cause you any trouble, Mallet. I just want some information about someone I think you might know.
Really? This is a nice surprise. A private eye who needs me. What do you want to know?
A few days ago, something happened at the Orphée. Something truly awful. As you probably know, an American couple was found dead there. Murdered. I'm reliably informed you were on duty that night. You even had a drink in the cafe next door, the Nantes, with someone suspicious. Maybe even the murderer himself. Does that mean anything to you?
Find someone else. Frankly, I have nothing to say.
You deny having met any man with a mustache at the Nantes cafe on the night of the murder. Yet you were seen there.
Did I hear right? You are calling me a liar? Well, the liar bids you farewell. Good day to you, sir. You again. I get the feeling you have got the hots for me.
Well, Mallet, remember anything yet?
What a leech. I've got nothing more to say to you, Mr. Macpherson.
Hello, what number can I dial for you?
I'm sorry to disturb you, miss. Can you connect me to the Elysee 1528? I want to speak to Sophia Blake.
Right away, sir. There is no answer, sir. Call back later.
Gus Macpherson? Long time no see, old boy.
I've traded in my brushes for Sherlock Holmes' magnifying glass. It's a good case, Will. A real investigation with dead bodies and everything.
And here I was thinking you had turned into an honest soul.
Well, Hulot, I see you're working as much as ever. Long days spent twiddling your thumbs. Running a bistro is the life of Riley, right?
I'd like to see you running a bistro, Macpherson. Customers to satisfy, friends, budding talents, art critics, nosy cops, soirees to organize, exhibits to prepare. I don't even have time to work on my fresco anymore. And then there are all the other little things, a favor here and there. And fall is always like that, a little slow.
You mean you have other incomes aside from the alembic? Aren't these other sources of revenue a little risky?
You know, Paris is the center of the art world. Someone's got to organize all that.
Hey, I'm not trying to stir up any trouble, but do you know this Malay guy very well?
He turns up occasionally here and there. I cannot tell you more than that, professional secrets and all.
Spare us your convictions for once, Hulot. I need to know if this Malay is really the guy I'm looking for. He's a doorman in a chic hotel in the 8th district, the Orphée, right?
Look, you have no problem communicating with people, Mac, right? Why don't you ask Malay what his job is? I don't want to get involved in all this.
If you did know him well, you would have noticed something different. He's mixed up in something, some sort of shady money.
You are a pain, Macpherson. If I tell you to leave me alone, leave me alone. He claims to have inherited a pile of money. The rest does not interest me.
You're not much help, Hulot, but I understand. You don't want to reveal any secrets that may be too compromising.
I know.
Great! The private eye returns.
Goodbye.
Yeah, right. Goodbye.
Sir, aren't you on a case?
And me who found the studio tiny. Hoping that his break did not...
Here we go again.
And make sure you do not drop it, young man.
Don't worry about it, Mr. Petit.
Oh,
This is really heavy. Talk about starting a new job on the wrong foot.
ow.
How?
Just one more step.
Oh,
And there we go. Whew.
it's a good thing I didn't have the Atlantic to cross. That's not the room I'm interested in. Anyway, the door is locked. Of course the door is locked. And the front desk clerk is hardly likely to open it for me. I must find a way to get in. Mrs. Loiseau?
Ah, it's the detective. Welcome to my home, Inquisitor.
Who told you I was a detective, madame?
I am a seer. I simply see things others do not.
A clairvoyant? Really? What luck. So am I.
I can feel the suffering radiating from you.
Have you been the victim of visions, madam? Rather like me? Visions of murder? The White's murder.
Young man, your instinct spoke to you. You are an artist, are you not?
I'm also an artist. Perhaps you'd like to buy one of my paintings.
Take this. They say Napoleon brought it back from his Egyptian campaign. It represents thought, the Egyptian god of arcane knowledge, the ibis of the Nile. It will help you on your quest. I shall be there to help you find the right path.
I will remember what you said. Who knows? One day I may even need your clairvoyance.
Should you have need of guidance, do not hesitate. Come back and see me. You are the detective, are you not?
Did you come into contact with the Whites? While they were alive, of course. If you saw them after that, it's your business.
I was only their next-door neighbor.
Despite the fact you have a reputation of being rather eccentric, did you still get on well with the Whites?
I have never had any ties whatsoever with the Whites, young man. They were appalling people. And what is more, they were cursed by evil.
This evil, could you describe it, or is it too abstract to be nailed down?
Ancient, dark, hypnotic eyes, authoritarian. I can see a color, like a ruby, like blood.
And this force of evil is what caused their death.
Your eyes have met his. He knows you exist. His anger has not been lessened by the White's death.
Please, be more specific in your ramblings. Describe this evil to me. Tell me what it is like.
Be on your guard. Evil is temptation. It is man's primal sin.
Mrs. Loiseau, I cannot arrest a culprit based on your ravings about evil. Please be more specific.
My words cannot be understood, Mr. McPherson. They can only be felt. Come back later. I need to rest.
The door is locked, and the front desk clerk is hardly likely to open it for me. I must find a way to get in. The door is locked, and the front desk clerk is hardly likely to open it for me. I must find a way to get in.
Later. I need to rest.
I'm interested in. Anyway, the door is locked.